MJ, Mitch, Dan, myself, we're going to be talking for the first a little bit about getting ready for summer event and a way to kind of avoid burnout in the summer, because summer is such a busy time running and back and forth and left and right. So I wanted to kind of dig into that and see what we could do. If you guys are seeing, oh hey, if I just hit that button, there we are. Now we're showing up. Sorry. Okay. I get nervous when I don't see us.
We were up the whole time, John.
Yeah,
your general babbling about summer and hot and
so
we're hot for summer and heating up. And
exactly, because it's a big time of the year.
Burning down, and
each of us do a little bit different in the summer events and summer things. And
thanks, Mitch, for having that song stuck in my head.
Watch out.
Okay.
That was great.
It was a great setup, man. It was a great setup.
I know.
Set.
Next.
So summer is coming. Let's kind of talk a little bit about that. This is the time now. Dan and Mitch are really predominantly. You guys are wedding guys. Summer, MJ. Let's kind of start with you, and I know this is kind of putting you on the spot. What is it now? You don't do much for weddings. You are basically kind of a club guy. What does summer? How does that work and turn out for you?
Outdoor events, things for like car cruises and stuff for like the American Cancer Society, different things like that. Do events. I just picked up, and I start in 2 weeks on an outdoor cafe for happy hour. So that's a summer thing for me too. So a lot of little things like that. There's always out, parties that are outside or different things like that. There's certain clubs that have decks or rooftop bars that you go outside and do stuff. But it's kind of the same. To me, the seasons kind of meld together. It's working one way or working another.
Gotcha.
Not really a season for me, but it is. I don't know.
A little bit.
Does one seem to slow down as another picks up for you then, as you talked about melding that way, or is it?
It wanes, it ebbs and flows. We were talking about this before we went on the air about ebbing and flowing continually, and that's one of the things with being and doing clubs and bars and stuff, is that places open, places close, trends come, trends go, and you don't have a season. You could have a dead time in February the same as you could have a dead time in August. But the next year, August might be crazy.
Yeah. So
it's not really. It's an up and a down, but not predictable almost. But you can. I don't know. If you hustle, you can keep yourself busy. That's like John had talked about networking. That's one of the biggest things. I guess we're going to talk about that later. I still tell people, if you have a night off, just go somewhere, see somebody. There was a DJ battle here in the city about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I knew about every DJ in the city was going to be there, so I went just to hang out and network. And man, was it crazy. Like literally, I had friends that stood outside for an hour to get in. It was so packed. They couldn't get in. We hit capacity, but it was a whole night of schmoozing and networking. And hey, don't you work over there? Hey, we got to do a wedding this summer. And, I ran into a friend of mine, DJ Dollar Bill. That's what he goes by. Him and I did a wedding around 2000 there. And I was like, wow, man, it's a flashback. But yeah, that's about it.
So we're going to jump in and talk about wedding. Before we do that, we've got to jump to now. What's kind of cool, gang, is we've got some sponsors for the month of April. Yay!
Awesome.
So we are going to let you guys check out our sponsors for April, and of course, links for these different things are down below in the description. So, with no further ado, here we go.
The PV Dark Manor Series power enclosures deliver best-in-class performance with custom settings for specific environments. The Dark Matter enclosures produce crystal clear, professional audio. PV Electronics, perfection in music and audio. Quality Kids Entertainment is sought after by parents and daycare centers everywhere. Bubble parties can easily be added to your existing services as a wonderful and unique event. Mention you saw this ad and get 10% off our special offer if you sign up before April 30th. So contact Bubble Parties today before this offer gets away. DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool. The LD Systems Curve 500 is the world's first truly portable array system. With 2,400 watts of peak power and a 120-degree array, the Curve 500 is the ideal solution for DJs who care about their sound and presentation. Learn how to make money while you sleep with automated email marketing for your event or business. Get access to the training for free by going to profit911.biz/DJN. Profit 911. More customers, more cash, less stress.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our sponsors for April. If you see someone you don't know anything about, go down and click the link in the description below and check them out. Even if you know who they are, go click the link down below and give them some love because they are helping to bring these shows to you. So, getting ready for summer. This is prep time for summer. Now, Mitch is coming from one perspective. Dan's going to come from the other perspective. Gentlemen, weddings are both of your big things for the summer.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Let's start. Mitch, you were just during the commercial break talking a little bit about your prep. So at this point in time, what are you prepping for right now as a staff?
So our team, we are constantly prepping about 6 months to 3 months in advance. We have 2 different planning meetings with our clients. We do our first planning meeting with our clients 6 to 4 months prior to their wedding day, again, depending on where they fall and how busy we are schedule-wise, things like that. And then we do a final planning meeting with them 3 to 2 months out. So right now we're doing our first planning meetings for our clients in September, October weddings. And we're also doing final planning meetings for our June, July brides. So we're in planning meetings. Tomorrow I'm pretty much just stack to meeting with clients.
So when you're meeting now, you have a staff. There's more than just you that are entertainers. Now, are you meeting with everyone as far as you're meeting with your clients and others, or are you basically just meeting with yours and you just have that many lined up for tomorrow?
Great question. So what we do for our process, either myself or my office manager, Allison, who also writes for Disc Jockey News, one of us will meet with the clients for the first planning meeting. And then if there is a different MC besides Allison or myself, that MC will meet with their client for the final planning meeting. So basically 3 to 2 months out. So the June, July ones we're finalizing right now. They're going to meet with Simon. They're going to meet with Brad or myself or Allison, depending on what the talent is they have for the final. For the first one, it's either Allison or myself typically.
Gotcha.
I'm curious now, what is the big difference between your 2 meetings? I mean, without going into 8,000 details here, but
sure. The first meeting essentially is just kind of getting an overview of what they want for their event, kind of like a skeleton, if you will. What elements they're thinking about, maybe some new things they've never thought of before. We're bringing to the table to give them some ideas, right? And we're going over their 9-page planner that we have in DJ Event Planner. We use for a sponsor here, and I use for myself. And so we go through that with them, kind of walk them through the day, what they need, and then, of course, offer other services. Maybe they didn't know that, we're having our ceremony outside. Okay, so have you thought about how your guests will hear your vows? So we're uncovering some of those needs as well during that first planner, typically, Dan.
Okay.
So now, Dan, as being more of a single operator and not having the staff, now you and I are both in this ballpark that we do our own shows and such. How are you preparing for summer right now as far as for your summer events?
I always try and plan 2 months in advance, or try and meet with them 2 months in advance, I should say. My thought, I used to wait. I'm getting attacked, cat.
Hi, cat.
It's like one all of a sudden here. Jeez.
We're live, baby.
Sorry about that. Let me move that for a second.
Kitty wants in.
Jeez.
Now, if we had kids, I mean, we'd have kitties it's puppies. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. So I'm 2 months out when I'm doing my planning, and what I found a lot of times is I try and spearhead a lot of the misconceptions some venues tend to throw our couples. Unfortunately, I get a lot of, you have to do this first. And a lot of times just talking with them, I'll kind of, no, let's, listen, you're going to hear this, what do you want to do? So we get more of that. And I try and do that 2 months in advance, because what I found is my busiest time for my full-time job is the fall. When the school year starts ramping up, that's just insane for me. So by doing it 2 months in advance, I actually have it so that all of my nitty-gritty detail is being taken care of during the summer, so that when I get into the fall, I'm fine-tuning. I'm taking care of those little things. And the spring, the teaching year is still going on. I'm still having to deal with that, but it's some parts of it are, my planning for my school year is already done. So I'm able to commit to my summer weddings and focus on them. What I'm finding now with the family aspect is my son decides he's going to do everything spring sports. So that's another story. But so back to the original question, really, like I said, 2 months out is a lot of my planning for the summer and meeting with couples to see exactly what they want and kind of gearing towards that.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help support some of the programming on DJN TV and some of the different shows we put on a weekly basis, I'd ask you to go to djntv.com/insider and check out some opportunities for you to become a partner with us to help us educate the DJ community with the shows and programs on DJN TV. Now, with both of you, of course, are planning and communicating with your couple so early. Now, do you find that makes it more stressful or less stressful? And I realize the answer should be less stressful. But when we have brides who are making decisions 2 months out, do they have any of that stress as they get closer about maybe changing their mind on different things, and does that build on them?
You want to take it first, Mitch?
I can take whenever. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Interesting you say that, John. For me, when you're handling, we're a small boutique multi. We do about 100 events a year. So for us, it's a case of we want to have that planning in that far in advance so we can hopefully line everything up and make sure it's going to flow smoothly. It's easier for me for meetings. It's easier for my clients to help take that stress off them. Do you have some brides that will throw the last minute things at you? Yes, absolutely. And that's why attention to detail and having a system like, DJ Event Planner is so crucial for us, so that every last detail is covered. And you want to have a flow chart. I think Matt Radicelli spoke about it actually at Mole Beat Las Vegas, and it's something I'm implementing into the business right now, a Gantt chart in regards to, okay, who reports to whom. So same thing in regards to this, that bride's information comes in. Is it the salesperson? Is it the DJ? Is it, me? Who is handling that to make sure that nothing gets missed from the talent to the office, if that makes sense?
Sure. Yeah, that definitely does. Because that's one of my biggest fears, I think, as a multi, when I was doing that, is the things that are missed. The number one fear is that call on a Saturday afternoon saying, "Hey, where is so-and-so?" Then your next one is missing something. "Oh, yeah, you called about that first dance 2 weeks ago and that changing the song, and I forgot about it." Mm-hmm. How about Dan? How about yourself now? Have you plan everything? You've got say, if you have a September wedding and you're like, okay, school's going to be crazy in the end of August, I'm not going to be able to really do much for you. Do the clients have any pressure, or do they show any of that stress as you get within that September time where they're like, I made these decisions then, but now I'm kind of changing my mind, and can we do this? Can we do that?
The way I gear it with them when I'm meeting is that it's not about we're doing this 2 months out because I want to lock you into something and we can never talk about this again, but rather I'm meeting with you 2 months in advance so that we know what you don't know. Like I'm a little old school still. I'm planning on going digital, and I think Event Planner would be great. So let's just say for right now, though, I do the old school with the paper, and I have brides that will come in and nothing's filled out, and so we start going through that, and then we have, okay, these are stuff we have to talk about. This is stuff that we have to fill in, and I give them kind of a timeline of okay. What we do is we take care of the big things, and then the little ones are being filled in as we go. But I also tell them, listen, we can make changes. I always tell them, anything you want to add or edit, I'd like by the Sunday before. Anything that you want to delete, we can do the day of, but obviously advanced warning is appreciated. And that seems to make them feel a little bit more relaxed. They go into it knowing that, okay, I can make changes if I want to. I would say probably 95% of the time I don't get any changes. Except for the ones that didn't know something and they have to add it. But they're not making any changes, and they like having that taken care of. And then I send them an itinerary, probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks out, and put one on their table so that they don't even have to think about it 2 weeks in advance. Now they know when they get there, oh yeah, that's right, we talked about that. And it seems to make a lot of the things go a little more smooth. Right. A little smoother as it will. And definitely seems to be a lot less stress. Like I've had some who are just like, I don't know what to put. Okay, that's fine. Now we know you don't know this. But I'd rather know that now, 2 months in advance, than 2 weeks in advance, or even week of, like I know some people meet. And I'm like, you're going to get crazier, and they're going to get crazier.
Yeah, well, for sure. It's really tough to get them to focus that week, that 10 to 12 days beforehand. It seems like at 2 weeks out, they're still with it, I think, is the best way to describe it. But boy, you get within that 10 day, and all of a sudden it's like talking to a seventh grader on sugar.
Well, with my own wedding, I there were so many little things that I never even realized were going to go into it. And my wife and I were just like, she had come down the week beforehand and was just like, and they started working on these little things. It was like, oh my gosh, stuff that I never even would have thought we needed to do. And so, yeah, that week of, my caution I would throw out to you is, if you are the type of person who meets clients the week of, move it to at least 3 weeks of. I say 2 months, but definitely help yourself out. Go farther forward. It's not going to hurt.
The LD Systems Curve 500 is the world's first truly portable array system. With 2,400 watts of peak power and a 120-degree array, the Curve 500 is the ideal solution for DJs who care about their sound and presentation.